If you're a first-time home buyer and you've been waiting for the market to hit the bottom, you may have just missed your opportunity. If we haven't met, my name is Dyson. I am a realtor with eXp Realty, and I help first home buyers just like yourself use the power of real estate to leverage for their future. In today's video, I want to give you a little overview of what's happening in the Toronto real estate market. We have noticed a lot more action in the market with 30% growth over sales versus this time last year. The 2024 real estate market has definitely heating up, just like the weather outside. We saw 85 offers on a property in Mississauga, which was unheard of, especially after we had gone through 2023's last quarter where properties were sitting for way too long with zero showings, zero offerings. It was a really slow buyer's market. What we've noticed so far into 2024, we have shifted out of that buyer's market and we're somewhere in the balanced area. So why do I think this is happening? Well, it's happening for a couple reasons, in my opinion. We have heard economists and the Bank of Canada predict that we're gonna see a decrease in interest rates mid-year Q2 to Q3 of 2024. And we're noticing that buyers are having a little bit of confidence even before those cuts have actually taken into place. So we're seeing this glow effect take effect in the market where buyers are feeling a little bit more confident to snag something before those interest rates drop, returning into giving buyers more buying power and thus creating a little bit more competition in the market and increasing the value of those homes. In all of the different types of property, so we have detached, semi-detached, and townhouses, surprisingly, our condos have actually increased the most, seeing a 41% growth, which is super exciting because we saw in the last quarter of 2023, the condos were sitting for a really long time with limited showings and next to zero offers. So for our first-time home buyers out there, condos are definitely a great type of property to get into, especially as we see these prices increase. The demand is starting to grow, so now is the time to get in. Now, if you're a seller sitting there waiting and trying to figure out the right time to put your property on the market, you are not alone. There is a decrease in listings over last year, and this is for a couple reasons. We know that sellers are holding on to that really attractive interest rate that they would have received 2 to 3 years, maybe 1%, 2%. They know if they sell, they're entering the market as a buyer with these new inflated interest rates. The second reason that we know sellers are holding in the sidelines is winter is a really awful time to move, list, and get your property right, especially in the gray dead of winter. Your home doesn't have the curb appeal that it would have maybe in late spring, early summer, when things are blooming and the sun is out. So we know that there's a lot of sellers waiting. So what's gonna happen when interest rates drop and sellers start to list their property? I predict that we're going to see an increase in competition, which naturally will increase the prices that homes are listed for. So have we seen the bottom of the market? I predicted in a previous video on my 2024 predictions that this was not the bottom of the market, and it's looking like I was accurate in my predictions because we are seeing more buyers than properties available. So that supply and demand is still being really challenging for all of the consumers in the market. With the immigration rate coming in, we also know that we're just adding demand on the very limited properties that we have available. So we have yet to see an increase in price, but I do think it's going to come. Now, a big conversation point for our government bodies is what are they doing for affordability in the housing? And this has definitely been a hot topic. They actually just extended the foreign ban on buyers by an additional 2 years. Now, depending who you ask, you can kind of hear benefits and cons about this. We know specifically in Toronto that the foreign buyers represent about 2 to 3% of the inventory in the city. So I'm not 100% sure that this ban is going to make affordability more accessible. However, we are seeing that the additional tax for vacancy is actually increasing the inventory, which we know for first-time homebuyers, this should help with competition and start to bring that price down to a more affordable point. If you're curious to know more about what's happening in the real estate market, I encourage you to sign up for our newsletter. There's a link in the description below. This is a newsletter written by millennials for millennials to help you navigate the real estate industry. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. We post helpful tips and tricks weekly here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.